If I lost my entire makeup collection, every single product gone, these products are what I would repurchase first. I've loved watching other beauty creators try this video idea because it really makes you think what's working for you in your collection. What are the staples? But instead of just saying, oh, I would go out and buy my favorite products again, no big deal, I want to make this a little bit more challenging. So I'm limiting myself to rebuilding my makeup collection with just 10 drugstore makeup products. And I'll be doing my makeup today with those 10 products. But first, if you're new here, hi, my name is Miranda. Welcome to my channel where we talk all things budget beauty. If that sounds interesting to you, then become the newest member of the Slashed Squad by hitting subscribe and the bell icon. Okay, so in my mind, if I have lost my entire makeup collection, either something really horrible has happened, but more realistically, maybe I am traveling and the airline lost my bags. And that has happened to me before. I've had to go to the drugstore while traveling and purchase a somewhat streamlined routine that would last me until I got the rest of my makeup back. So a theme you're gonna see today is multitasking makeup, which brings me to the first product I would repurchase, the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This would cover multiple steps in my makeup routine so that I could spend less money and juggle less products. It has squalane and hyaluronic acid in it to help add moisture and use it as somewhat of a tinted moisturizer. It can also be used as a glow boosting primer as well as a liquid highlight. And I've definitely been into the lighter coverage look lately. So I feel like going with this as an all over face product plus a little bit of concealer would definitely get me by. Now I use the shade light medium, which is slightly pink for my skin tone, but it's definitely the best match. And as you can see, it does sort of blur and give a little bit of concealing to my hyperpigmentation and any blemishes, but it's very light, which is why I'm gonna go in with a concealer after this. And it definitely helps blur pores as well. Like in this area, my pores are pretty dang noticeable, and this just kind of smooths over them a bit while giving my under eye area glow. Like this is just a workhorse in my makeup routine. So that would 100% be the first thing that I repurchase. Now to help out with the spots that I feel need just a little bit more concealing, I would pick up the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is definitely my favorite true drugstore concealer. My most used is the Catrice True Skin Concealer, but technically you can't buy that in drugstores in the US. So if I really needed to just go into a Walgreens or a CVS or a Target, this is what I'm picking up. And funny enough, this tube I actually picked up on a trip last December when I forgot concealer, when I was going to a wedding in Los Angeles. So I got this and I got the Halo Glow powder. I mean, I was just not paying attention when I was packing for that trip. And the other thing about this concealer is that it is so high coverage that you really could double it as a foundation if you wanted to put it kind of all over the face. I guess we'd have to talk about how I'd get the sponge. That's not part of the 10 products. I'm not including tools in this video. I did not think about that ahead of time. Is that cheating? I'm not sure. With just those two products, we have achieved solid medium coverage, and on lighter days, I could just wear the Halo Glow. Moving on to what I would buy for my brows. This was a little hard because I've definitely been partial to brow gels recently, but I think to give me just a bit more versatility, I would probably grab the L'Oreal Brow Stylist pencil. This is in the shade Soft Black. This is definitely the closest dupe that I have found to my absolute favorite brow product ever, which is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. It is ultra thin, so you get these natural looking strokes. It blends beautifully, it's water resistant, super long lasting, and because the tip is so fine, I am still able to get more of that natural brow look, but this just gives me a little bit more definition than a brow gel would. Eyeshadow primer was a no-brainer, the Milani eyeshadow primer. It's been a tried and true for the past 10 years for me. And since I'm pretty sure they discontinued the CoverGirl eyelid primer that I talked about in my best drugstore eye primers video, this has definitely been my pretty much exclusively used eyeshadow primer. But yeah, I just cannot find that CoverGirl one anywhere anymore. So for my eyeshadow, I would most likely pick up one of the Wet n Wild Color Icon palettes, either one of the 5 pans or the 10 pans, but probably one of the 10 pans because these are still around $5, I want to say, and they give you so many options, and the Wet n Wild shadow formula is amazing for the drugstore. Actually, it's just amazing, period, not even just for the drugstore. This palette in particular is called the Lights Off palette. It is more jewel toned. There are some smoky options, but there are enough neutrals for just like a subtle everyday look. But I also really like that this palette has both a matte black and a matte brown that I could use as powder liner. Let me zoom you in. Let's create a look. Oh, the other reason I love this palette is this like coppery bronze. That is something that I would just wear all over my lid if I wanted something quick. In fact, I think I will tap into that bronze. And why don't we do like a bronzy halo eye? Y'all know how much I love my halo eyes. Beautiful. It's so pigmented, so smooth. These shadows seriously rival high-end, and Wet n Wild has kept them very affordable when a lot of other brands have really hiked up their prices at the drugstore. I feel like Wet n Wild for sure has been keeping true to what at least I expect to pay for drugstore makeup. I also like that in this palette, there's a mix of warm tones and cool shades. I think it really is their most versatile 10 pan that's not just all browns, you know? Then I'm gonna go into this sort of golden champagne and use my fingers to tap that in the middle for some definition. How many videos have I done with a halo eye recently? I feel like it's almost every single one. It's just such an easy look to achieve, but it really makes it look like you tried. We love working smarter and not harder, folks. Gonna use this beige color as my brow bone highlight. That one's not as metallic, so it's really good for more of a subtle highlight that doesn't compete with the rest of the eye look. And with a really tiny brush, I'm gonna tap into this matte black. I love doing powder eyeliner in black because you end up getting that sort of smoky vibe. Again, not sure if I'm cheating by not including the brushes as part of this, but we are only talking about makeup, people. I lost my makeup collection, not my brush collection. But if I did lose my brush collection, this would be one of the first ones that I'd buy. Because even though Sigma's a bit splurgy, their brushes are super high quality and have lasted me like 8+ years. Plus, they all have a 2-year warranty on them. I'm not sure if people know that, but if within like 2 years your brush starts falling apart, pretty sure they give you a new one. All right, let's talk mascaras. This one was incredibly hard because I feel like I have favorite mascaras based on the look that I'm going for. If I'm trying to go for that like clean, natural look, or if I want it to look like I have falsies on. And the mascara that I finally landed on may be a surprise because it's a new addition to my collection, but it immediately won my heart. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. And no, this is not sponsored. They didn't even send me this product. This mascara has gone through quite a controversy over the last month. And because of that, I was incredibly surprised when I finally got around to trying it, and it was actually amazing. If you just put on a couple coats, you can get really nice fluttery separated lashes, or you can really build it up. Definitely get the lash extension look. So that's a little bit more of the light and fluttery look. I'm gonna go ahead and build it up just a bit more than this though. And if you wanna see it pushed to the max, I do have a YouTube short where I try this for the first time and you can really see the before and after. It's crazy. Another new product made its way into this curated routine as my contour slash bronzer choice, or bronzer if you will. The Milani Liquid Contour, I use the shade Toffee. So I just talked about these in my video where I was giving flops a second chance, because when I first used this, it came out so patchy. I was kind of trying to use my fingers, I was trying to use a sponge, but I found out that using a brush is definitely the best way to blend these out. And one dot is all you need. Even that's too much. But they blend out really, really beautifully. I do feel a little sun-kissed. But yeah, they look great even when I'm not wearing a ton of foundation like today, and they last. I'm just gonna take my sponge and kind of lighten it up a tad. I think I just squeezed a little too much out of the tube there. I will say they're kind of messy. I'm never really a huge fan of built-in sponge tips. I get the practicality of it, so you can just kind of dot it on, but I've only had this for like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks now, and it just Does not look nice. I've also kind of been getting into nose contouring. I'm still kind of learning what the best technique for my nose shape is. And I'll just add a little bit more of that halo glow. Did I do it? Going through this, I didn't realize that I had chosen so many newer products, but I don't know, 2023 is off to a great start. And for my blush option, I do have another brand new release that I instantly fell in love with. I just posted a YouTube short reviewing these. This is the Revolution Balm Glow, specifically in the shade Rose Pink. Now this is a major makeup multitasker, which makes it perfect for this type of video theme. You can use this on your eyes for a wash of color and that glossy lid look. You can use it as blush and you can use it as a tinted lip balm. A lot of people are comparing this to the Jones Road Magic Balms. They are definitely similar in like what they're designed to do, although you can't use the Jones Road ones on your eyes. But there are some key differences as far as the formulas, the oils inside of each one. This one does have added fragrance, which I'm not super happy about, but I haven't had any issues with my skin yet. But because these are so dewy and glossy, especially paired with that e.l.f. Halo Glow primer that we used, both of those products allow me to completely bypass using a highlight because the dewiness is the highlight. So you can see how much glow this gives my skin. I mean, it is gorgeous. So if you haven't seen it, check out my YouTube short where I review these. I do a little bit more of an in-depth review on my blog, which I will leave the link down below, and I do swatch all 6 shades. All right, there are only 2 products left until we max out at 10, but all there's left to do now is the lips, and I did use my 2 remaining slots on lip products. Plus the Revolution Balm also counts as a lip product. So if I lost my entire makeup collection, I would definitely want lip options, one being a little bit more long-lasting, kind of glam, and the other being maybe more subtle and glossy. So I'm rounding out this collection with the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink Liquid Lipstick in the shade Lippy and the NYX Butter Gloss in Bit of Honey. I'll put on the Butter Gloss first so that way I can end with the Vinyl Ink. This is somewhat of a peachy nude, really good for just an everyday gloss. It adds noticeable color, but not enough to be like a statement gloss. Plus it feels so good on the lips. So that's Bit of Honey, definitely my most worn lip gloss in my entire collection. Let me just take that off. And then for my more long-lasting glam option, of course, the Vinyl Inks. My favorite long-lasting drugstore liquid lipstick right now. Don't forget to shake and don't forget to wipe off the excess. I'm still telling people like every day who are like, I don't know about those vinyl inks. You gotta wipe off the excess. Otherwise, you'll apply too much and it won't set. And you will definitely still have enough for full coverage color, I promise. I didn't go back in to get more product once after wiping off so much on the side of the tube and still full coverage color. Like, hello, not even 10 products because obviously we didn't use the lip gloss in this final look. 9 products and you can get drugstore glam, you can get more everyday no makeup looks. I would be more than happy to work with just these 10 drugstore makeup products if I had to start over. All right, I wanna know if you lost it all, what 10 drugstore makeup products would you pick up to rebuild your collection with? Tell me in the comments below. Today's shout out goes to Chris. Thanks for being a member of the Slashed Squad. And join me over in this video next and help me pick out what bridesmaid's dress to wear to my best friend's wedding. I'll see you over there. Bye.